Hey folks. So today I want to discuss an issue that is getting progressively worse. It's no secret that nowadays people are getting more and more divided on political issues, big news events, world events, all those kind of things. You can blame social media for it, and perhaps it is to blame to some degree, but we need to properly manage ourselves. Because at the end of the day, no technology is good or bad. It's simply how we implement it into our lives. What disappoints me is I see these people on social media and they'll start arguing about these different current events or these political things. What's really sad is I will see people cut off their friends and family for issues that they share in common with complete strangers, be it someone else they agree with on the internet that they don't even know, or even politicians that they share views with. They'll take up for them before they will their own friends or family in their real life. And people need to remember, politicians, internet influencers, entertainment people, famous people, yeah, that they may have their good spots and their place in society, but they're not your personal friends and family. And they are strangers to you. You don't even know if you'd really be friends with them in real life or not. Whereas your friends and family and stuff are the people that will have your back. Regardless of whatever side you sit on these issues, it's pretty apparent to everyone that stuff's going to hit the fan at some point in this country, in the United States, and most likely it's going to be during our lifetimes. And we need to keep in mind these strangers, these irrelevant people that may share an idea or two in common with us, that may live 10, 15, 20 hours away from us in a different state, are not going to have our back when it hits the fan. These politicians, these celebrities, all of these strangers that we may have an opinion in common with, they're not going to be the ones to have our back when, or if, let's say, something catastrophic happens. Let's say if it becomes Mad Max. Your people in your immediate community is your nation. Your culture is not necessarily your set of opinions. Your culture is your friends, your family, your community. It's not all these other little boxes that the news media, the MSM, social media, and all these other large hypnotic entities try to put you in. It's not necessarily your religious background, your political leanings, your ethnic makeup. Sure, some of those things may have a small bit to play, but when it comes down to it, it's the people in your life. That's your nation, and that is your culture. Your community is your culture. And you're going to need your culture and your nation good, well-oiled, and tight-knit for when everything goes down. I'll give you an example. Evolution really is just all about adaptation. It's not about strength. It's not about speed. It's not about intelligence. It's not about being morally correct about everything either. It's all about being able to adapt to what environmental stimuli is changing in whatever environment you're thrown into. I like to look back, and of course there's many other towns this applies to, but I immediately like to think about the town in Nacogdoches, Texas. And yes, if you're wondering how to pronounce it, it's Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches, Texas is the oldest city in the entire state of Texas. And for those y'all that don't know, Texas has existed for give or take 300 years, and it's existed under the regime of 6 different countries. Spain, France, Mexico, Texas is a country of its own, the Confederate States of America, and currently the United States of America. And it's a city of about 30 to 40,000 people. And there's nothing spectacular about it. Believe me, ask someone that's been there or has lived there. The trees are pretty, though. And then there's some decent folks there, of course. But my point is, there's nothing amazing about it. There's nothing spectacular about it. It's just a down-home little place. And there are people there that have lived there for generations. Throughout all these different large political changes and regimes, that little town has survived the whole time, just fine. Now, Before I leave you, I want you to think about this. Think about all the people in your life. Think about those who would have your back if your house burned down. That is your culture, that is your nation, and that is your tribe. Don't betray them for the sake of strangers on the internet and in media. I hope you got something out of that. We'll holler at you soon.